Hello guys, and welcome to the part 2 of our Git and GitHub from zero to hero. So in the part 1, which is the live session, we talked about downloading and installing Git on your computer, and we looked at how you can download and install Git on Windows machine as well as Linux and Mac operating systems. So here in the part 2, I'm going to talk about Git branches and how you can create a branch and the concepts generally of what we do with Git branches. Okay, let's dive right into it. So what exactly is a Git branch? Okay, so from our previous session, which is the part 1, we saw how we can initialize a repository on our local system, which is known as a local repo, okay, or local repository. Now by default we have this set to main, okay, and yours by default may be set to master. All you need to do is change the name. Okay, so let us talk about branches now. When you are working with Git, right, you'll be working with files and trying to push those files to a repository, a remote repo, and we have seen how we pushed our file to a remote repo from our previous session. Okay, so now let's assume that you start working on file. Okay, so this right here is a file, and then you make some changes right here, and then you push this file, right, you push this file to a repo. Okay, and you are on a branch called main right now. Okay, so this is main, so you are on a branch called main. Okay, now supposing this is version 1 of the file, right, and then you want to make some changes before pushing. Okay, so for example, you want to make some changes along this way, okay, and you want to make those changes and then push to your repo. Okay, but before you make these changes, there is something called branches. Okay, so instead of being on a branch main, you can switch to another branch. Okay, let's assume that we call this branch edit. Okay, so you can switch to a branch called edit and make those changes. Okay, so while you are on this branch called edit right here, okay, whatever changes you make on this file will not be reflected whenever you go back to the main branch. Okay, whenever you go back to the main branch. So to add whatever you are making, the changes you make on this edit branch, if you want those changes to be reflected, you need to perform what we call a git merge. Okay, so if you want to go here and then you want the changes made here at this edit branch to be reflected on your main, okay, then you need to perform what we call a git merge. Okay, so by the time you perform a git merge, then both changes would be reflected. So changes to the edit would be shown on the main. Okay, but if you switch to any branch and you don't merge the branches, then you will not see the changes. Okay, you won't see the changes until you merge those branches together, then you will see the changes. So this is the concept of a branch. Okay, now there is one more thing I would explain to you, and I will also try to practicalize it, try to practically show you. Then we have really covered the basics you need to know regarding Git. Okay, now that is called what I call a merge conflict. Okay, so git merge conflict. and I'll explain what this merge conflict means really quick. Now, if you are working on a particular file, okay, and you make changes to the same file, and another developer somewhere is editing same file and committing those changes to your repo, and if you try to perform a git merge at that stage, you are going to run into an error, and that error will be what we call a merge conflict. Okay, so this occurs as a result of two developers trying to work on the same file at the same time. Okay, then you would have a merge conflict. So I would show you how to I would try to create a merge conflict and show you how to resolve it. Okay, so resolving a merge conflict is simple. All you need to do is one way to resolve it is to just choose a portion of the file, and you can now resolve it. So choose the version of the file you want to keep and discard the one you don't want to keep, and by so doing you can resolve a merge conflict. So let us get into the branch thing now, and just going to go back here and close this off. Okay, so sorry guys. All right, so now for us to see the branches we currently have on the computer, we just do git branch like this. This command shows us that we have a branch called main, and you see it's currently green, and you see the star, but the star symbol here is on the main branch. Okay, that shows we are on branch main. Another way to know is, you see we have in front of this we have main. This is another way to know that we are currently on branch called main. Now let's list the files in branch main. So right now we have file.txt, we have file4, and we have main.py file. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to create a new branch and edit those stuff. Okay, so let us check out the content of our main.py. For instance, I'm going to do cat like this and main.py, right? And the content of main.py is simple: print welcome people. Okay, so if I just run this program, so you can see main.py, and you see just prints welcome people. So I'm going to clear this now, and then I'll create another branch. Okay, so supposing I want to make some changes to my main.py file, but I don't want it to affect what I currently have in my main. Okay, I will just make the changes and experiment. Okay, so let's show you. Git checkout is the command, and the name of the branch edit. So git checkout edit will create a branch called edit. Okay, now if I hit enter, and sorry guys, mistake, I need to say git branch edit. Okay, git branch edit right first. Now if I do this like this, enter, and this has created a branch called edit, not git checkout edit. Now git checkout edit will allow me to enter into that branch. Okay, so I can now go into this edit branch. Now it says switch to branch edit. All right, now watch this. If I say ls, now I have file.txt, file4, and main.py. Okay, all right, so let me clear this and let's go again. So to create a branch, you use git branch and the name of the branch you want to create. Okay, so git branch edit, let me try creating the same branch. So it says the name already exists. Can you see that? So that's why we get this. Now to actually check the branches you have, you just say git branch, and you see now we have edit and we also have main. Okay, so I'm going to go back to main. Now we are currently on the edit branch. To go back to main branch, we use the git checkout command and the name of the branch, main. Okay, now we've switched to the main branch. Okay, so what about if we want to delete a branch? So to delete a branch, you just use git branch, then you say -d flag like this, and then the name of the branch. So I'll just do edit, enter, and you see it says deleted branch edit. Okay, and now if we do our git branch once again, git branch like so, now you see, sorry, git branch, yeah, now you see we have just main branch right there. Okay, so I'm going to create the branch one more time, then I'll make some changes and let's see what we have there. So git branch is the name, is the git branch is the command, and then the name of the branch, edit like this, and now we have created the branch. So let's check out. So by using git checkout, and we want to check out to the new branch like this. Okay, now we are on the new branch, and you can see here it says edit. Okay, so let's ls to check our files, and let's edit main.py file. Okay, so to edit main.py file, I'm going to use my vim editor. So vim main.py yeah, so I'm currently on main.py, and on main.py I'm just going to edit my I'm going to edit my main.py file. Okay, and very simple, I'm just going to add a for loop, for instance. So I'll do for I in range, and I'll just do 5, and here I'm going to say print I, like so. Okay, so I've written a for loop that just prints 0 to 4, and I'm going to save this quickly like this. And then now if I do cat and I say main.py, I have my files. Okay, now if I go back to my so now I've made some changes in my main.py, but under the edit branch. Okay, now one thing you want to note is, okay, so let me run this so you see it works. Main.py, now you see for I in, okay, so I made a mistake while writing my code, and I'm just going to go back and correct that. So vim main.py, and I'm supposed to write for I in range. Okay, so I'll edit this and go back here and type that correctly. Okay, so this is the correct code for I in range WQ, and I'll save this, and now we can run this file now to see. It's going to print welcome people, and it's going to print 0 to 5. So you see it says welcome people 0 1 2 3 4 5. Now this is what the code does. So one thing I can do, or one thing I'll show you, is that when you go back to main, okay, so note I have not committed my changes, right? I have not committed the changes I made while in the edit branch, but let me switch back to my main branch. How do I do that? By doing git checkout, and then you want to go back to your main branch. So now I'm currently on main branch, so I can clear this. Now let's do our ls command. So we still have the main.py and we are on main branch. Let us check the file, the content of main.py. So if I do cat main.py, you see now we have those contents. But look, one thing you need to understand is Git tries as much as possible for you not to lose the changes you've made to your file. So we have not committed these changes, and that is why when we switch back to our main.py, we are seeing these changes right here. Okay, we are seeing the new addition. Okay, so for us to actually commit these changes, if we commit the changes to our edit branch, you will notice that we will no longer see the changes here, because we didn't make the changes in our main branch. So let me show you what I mean quickly. So if you see something like this, don't get confused and say, oh, I have not merged my branch, but I'm seeing the changes. Okay, so don't get confused. So if I do git checkout and go back to edit, now on edit I will show you that the changes still we can still see the changes on edit by just doing cat and main.py like this, and you see we still have the changes there. So we can do git add, okay, to add those changes. Now note, you see this warning, lf will be replaced by crlf in main.py. Now you are getting this warning because we are working with a Windows machine, okay, and on Linux your files, okay, your files usually end with a line feed, okay, while on Windows your files end with carried return line feed. Okay, so this is CR is carried return line feed, and while on Linux based systems your files will end with a line feed. So it's just telling you that lf will be replaced by crlf in main.py, really. Okay, so I would show you how to suppress this warning, and if you don't want this warning to show up, you just have to set so I'll check for this setting and tell you exactly what you have to set. But I mean, this does not affect your work in any way. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we have added this. Okay, so now we want to use a git commit like this -m, and then we want to write a message. Okay, so I'll just say added a for loop to main.py, right? So be descriptive, and once you've committed the changes, now we can do git status. And you see on branch edit, nothing to commit, working tree is clean. Okay, now let us clear this. Okay, and then let's go back to main. Okay, so now we can do git checkout main like so, and now we switch to main. Okay, so let's do ls, and we still have our main.py, okay, here. Now notice that we have some files gone already. Okay, and let's check the content of main.py. So I'm going to do cat main.py, and now you see the for loop does not show up in our main.py. okay, but if we go back, okay, and say, if we go back to our edit branch by saying git checkout edit like this, and then we do we check our main.py. okay, now you can see the for loop is currently on our edit branch, okay, which is you can see this for loop in our main.py when we switch to the edit branch right here. Okay, but by the time we switch back, you can't see the for loop anymore. Okay, so this is the concept of branching I was telling you about. Now let me quickly back off and explain exactly what is going on here. So we started with a simple file. Okay, so all this file had was a print statement, okay, something, and then we went on, we committed our changes. We were on main.py. okay, we were on main branch, sorry, we were on main branch, right? Then we wanted to add a for loop, and to add that for loop, what we did was we branched out on this same file. We added a for loop. Okay, we added a for loop now, and that for loop, we committed our changes to a new branch called what? Edit. Okay, we added our changes to a new branch called edit. And now if we, so your main.py is this line. Okay, now if we want to if we want the for loop to be reflected, so if you check out here, you are only going to see our print statement. Okay, you will not see the for loop. But if you want to add these changes you've made here, you want it to reflect here, then you have to now do what we call a git merge here. Okay, git merge. So once you do a git merge, then the changes you've made to the for loop will now be reflected in your your main branch here. Okay, your main branch. Then the next time you check, you will discover that you have both the print statements and the for loop here. That is when you do when you check the content of your main.py file. Okay, so this is exactly what we did here. Okay, so now we are in this merge, so let's merge our changes and let's see how that goes. Okay, so I'll come back here, and all I simply need to do guys is I'm going to now go back to my main. So when you want to merge, you first go to your main, you go to your main branch by doing git checkout, then main, right? So I'm now on main branch. The next thing I'll type is git merge, and the name of the branch I want to merge. Okay, so git merge edit, and you see it says I have merged some files. Okay, so now I'm just going to clear this, and then let us now, I'm still on main branch, so let's do ls. You see we've added file 4. We've also added a new file, so file 4 to the main branch. And then let's check the content of main.py, which we have edited. So to check the content quickly on your git bash, you just do cat and you do main.py. okay, now you see the for loop now reflects in my main.py. okay, so this is how you actually create a branch, and how you so we've gone over how to create a branch, how to check out into a branch, how to delete a branch, how to merge a branch. Okay, and just to reiterate what we've covered so far, we've talked about how you create a branch using git branch. Okay, so this checks for, this will tell you, git branch simply will just give you the branches you have on your machine, and then how you can now create a branch using this git branch and the name of the branch. Okay, this will create a branch for you, and then how you can check out, okay, into a branch using the git checkout command and the name of the branch you want to enter into, and then how you can delete a branch using git branch, okay, -d, okay, or capital D or big D. You can use small d or you can use big D. Okay, and of course small d would delete the branch when you have no changes that you have not merged. But if you have changes you have not merged in a particular branch, then you need to use big D, okay, to discard the changes without merging. Okay, so that is how you delete a branch. And then finally we looked at the git merge command. So you do git merge and the name of the branch you want to merge, and that is going to merge changes you've made in a branch. Okay, so we're going to go on from here, and I'm going to commit my changes, okay, in my main branch, and I'll push those changes to my repository. Okay, so I will come back here and let's do git status and see. Now you see your branch is ahead of origin by 1. Okay, so now we need to do a push, okay, to actually push our local repo to our remote repo. Remember remember when we're trying to push initially in the part 1, we encountered some issues which we were able to solve because we changed our username using the git config, okay, and --global, okay, then user.name, and we change our username. Okay, then to resolve that, we just change our username to same as what we have on GitHub. So see, so sorry, git config, not git config, git config and user.name. Okay, so yeah, so this resolved the issue we were having, right? So now we can now do git push, and that will just push our changes to our remote repo. So you see this, that means the push was done successfully. Now if we go back to our remote repo, you would see that we have we have pushed those changes successfully. So I'll just go to github.com like so, and then locate our repo which we are dealing with, and that's this correct repo. And now you see we have main.py there, which was pushed 9 minutes ago. We have file 4 which was also pushed 9 minutes ago, and so on. And you see, added a loop to main.py function. Now now we have one branch here. Okay, so we can actually push a branch to we can actually push a branch to our remote repo. Okay, but before we push a branch to our remote repo, let me make some changes, and let me show you some things right here. Okay, so this is not done, but I will just do this just to illustrate what the merge conflict is all about and whatnot. Okay, so first I will try to edit this file. So this file 4 just says hello. I'm going to edit this file here, okay, and I will say hello people. Okay, so I have edited this file, just says hello people, and I'm going to commit the changes. Okay, you see, now I've committed the changes, hello people. Okay, and now I'm going to come back here, and I'll make some changes to really, and try to commit it. Okay, so before I make such changes, let me check out my git branch. Okay, yeah, so I have edit branch and I have the main branch. Okay, so I can do on my edit branch. I'm going to switch to my edit branch now, so I'll do git checkout edit like so, and now I am on edit branch. Let's clear this so we have a clean space. Now I'll do cat file 4 which is that file, and it says hello, right? It says hello. So now I'm going to edit file 4 by saying vim file 4 like this, and I will add something to it. Let's say I'm just going to add hello innocent. Okay, so I've edited this as well. Okay, and I'm going to save this WQ and like so. Okay, so once I've edited this, I'm going to also edit my main. I'm going to edit my main file, my main.py. So I'll do git checkout, okay, and main. All right, so you see you have different people trying to edit files at the same time. That is just what is going on here. So I'm going to do git checkout main. Okay, so before I do git checkout main, let's go back to git checkout edit, and let's do git add. Okay, and of course we've added that, and now let's do git commit dash m and just say edit file 4. Yep, so we've committed the changes. Now if we go back and say git checkout and we go back to main, okay, good. Now if we do a cat of file 4, so give us the content in file 4, we just have this hello. Okay, good. So let us edit that as well. So I'll do vim and I'll do file 4. You see, everybody is trying to edit the same file at the same time. This is a problem. So I'll do hello students. Okay, and I'll do escape, come back here, save this. Yep, I will commit this. Okay, so git add, and then I'll do git commit dash m edit in main branch. Okay, now what I want to do now is I want to do a git I want to try and do a git pull. Okay, git pulls will simply get the changes from your git pull will simply get the changes from your remote repository to your local repository. Okay, so if I do git pull like so here, okay, now you see I've pulled those changes, and notice what you have here. You have conflicts. Okay, auto merging file 4, conflict, content, merge conflict in file 4. Can you see? Automatic merge field, fix conflict, and then commit the results. Can you see what it says now? Good. Now main merging. Okay, so now we have a conflict, right? So we are unable to merge because we have a conflict. If we check out the contents of file 4, we will notice something now. Okay, so I'm going to do cat file 4, and look at the content has changed. Okay, now we have head that says hello students, and then we have hello people. So this is what we currently have on the repo. Okay, this is what we currently have on the file itself. Now it's very simple. The thing is, what do you want to keep? What version do you want to keep? If you want to keep this part, all you need to do is edit this file and save this file, edit this file, keep the part you want, okay, and then discard the part you don't want, and then do a commit. Okay, So that is one easy way to solve it. Let me illustrate that. Another command you can use to actually get the to actually see the difference is this git diff. Okay, you see that? So if you run the git diff command, you would see the files that are currently in conflict with each other, and you will see the edits that you will see the difference between both files. Okay, so from here the difference between one file, and then here shows the difference between another file. Okay, so what other command can you use to really just know exactly what's going on? You see git log -- merge like this, and this would also tell you exactly what is going on. Okay, so let us resolve the merge conflict. We'll just open that file, vim file4 here, and then you can see the merge conflict. All we need to do is we need to go to the lines we want to edit. Okay, and we need to delete that part. Yep, then dd, that's what I'm using to delete, and dd. So once I'm good with my edit, all I need to do is save that, so wq like so, and now let us confirm that the edit is actually saved. So if we go to file 4, now we have just hello student. Now we can do git add, okay, and then git commit, and let's call that resolved merged. Okay, so now we've committed. Now we can do if we do a git push, if we do a git pull, now you see now it says already up to date. Okay, it says already up to date. Now if we do a git merge, okay, edit, remember that, okay, let me show you something. Remember, now we have if we do git cat, if we do cat and we do file 4 like this, we have hello student, and we are on this main branch. Okay, but if we want to leave the main branch, we just need to check out. Okay, and we say edit. Okay, we are on edit. Now let's check what we have on file 4 while we are on edit. It says hello innocent. So this one says hello students, this one says hello innocent. Now once again, let us go back. So let's do git check out and main right here. Okay, so we are currently on branch main, and then let us your branch is ahead by 2 commits, so we can do a git push, okay, to push our changes to our remote repo. But before we push our changes to our remote repo, let us try to merge our edit branch to our main branch. So how do we do that? We say git merge and the name of the branch like so. Okay, good. Now you see there is another merge conflict, guys. Okay, so auto merging failed, fix conflict, and then commit the result. So merge conflicts once again occur as a result of everyone or more than one person trying to edit the same line of code, like the same file and the same line of code at the same time. Okay, that is when a merge conflict occurs. Okay, you are all trying to edit the same file, different users. So now once again, let's resolve the merge conflict. So to check what is different, okay, just type the diff. You see now it shows us what is different. It says, oh, somebody edited hello students on one file, another person edited hello innocent on another file. Which one do you want me to keep? Okay, which one do you want me to keep? That is exactly what is happening. Okay, so once again, you edit the file. Okay, so vim and name of the file, file 4 like so, and then we have we have this right here. So all you need to do is take off the part you don't want. So let's say I just want to leave, I want to leave it as hello this. So just leave what you want, take off the head, those unwanted text there, and then you can save this bit right here. Okay, so I'll save that, right? And now I can do git add dots, then I can do my git commit -m and second conflict resolved. Like this. Now you see second conflict resolved. Now I can type my git merge, right, and merge my edits like so. So you see it says already up to date. Now if I do git push, this is going to push my changes to my my remote repo. So what have I done? I've shown you how merge conflicts occur and how you can resolve the merge conflict simply by editing your file and keeping the changes you want to keep, and then you can now do a git push, and those changes will be pushed to your remote repository. Okay, so let me show you, let me illustrate one more thing before I end the session, and that is called it's called what? When you do a commit. Okay, so when you make a commit, right, you can actually amend a commit, and maybe you want to change the message or something. You can amend the commit and push your changes to a remote repo without creating a fresh commit. Okay, so for example let's check the content of main.py. so main.py, like so. Now we have a for loop, we have a print statement, and we have a for loop. Okay, so let me edit main.py, and very simple, I'm going to add another print statement here. So I'm just going to say print hi, print hi everyone. Okay, so I'm going to just print hi everyone, right? And then let us assume that I'm done with my edits, and I'll just save this. And then if I want to check the content, so I could do cat and main.py, right? So you see I have my first print statement, I have my for loop, and I have my print hi everyone. So let's run the code to just see that we have correct code, right? You see what it says. Now we can now do our git add command, git add dot, which adds everything, and we can also do our git commit, which we need to pass in a message. So let's say I printed hi. Okay, enter. Now we've done the commit, and let's us push our code. So git push, okay, and enter, and you see this is going to push our code. Now let's go back here and see. So if we refresh this bit right here and we go back, now let us look at the content of main. You see the last push we just did, print hi everyone. This is the last push we did. Now what I'm trying to tell you is you can, okay, look at this. Look at, we did this last push, and look at the commit message. The commit message says I printed hi. Can you see that? 44 seconds. Now if we do another commit, a fresh commit, you'll have a new commit as against editing this same commit. Okay, so let's assume that we change our mind and say, no, we don't want to print hi everyone, we want to print hi every student. Okay, so I'm going to go back here, and we want to print hi every student, right? So what I need to do is come back to Vim and go to main.py and change print hi everyone. I'm going to change this to every student, okay, for instance. All right, so I'll save this quickly. Now let's check the content first. So main.py. Okay, so now it says print hi every student. Now instead of creating a fresh commit, okay, all I need to do is amend my previous commit. How do I do that? So I'll first do git add, like so, and then I can do git commit, then dash amend. Okay, then the message I want to amend. So now I'll change this to I printed hi every student, right, like so. So now I've amended the previous commit. Okay, and then I can now do git push. Now because I amended the previous commit, I need to add the -f flag. Okay, so if I add that -f, now it has written my changes. Now if I go back here and let's just refresh this, and we see now it says I printed hi every student, the same commit. Okay, so we edited the same commit. All right, and if you go to main, you will see it says hi every student. Okay, so that's how you append to a previous commit. Of course, you can always do some commands like git log. Okay, so this would show you all the changes you've been making. Okay, this would show you all the changes you've been making, and okay, to get out of that, just type q. Okay, and if you do git and you do git status, all right, so you see now our branch is clean, everything working very fine. So in summary, this is how you actually use Git to perform various version controls. And then if you have any questions, anything you want me to cover, you can always drop that in the comment section and I will cover such. Okay, so thank you all for watching. I hope to see you in my next live session. If you haven't subscribed, please do, so you get updated whenever I make a new video. Okay, and I hope you learned something and I hope you enjoyed this one. So bye guys, I'll see you in the next one.